conservative historian. What I wanted to discuss today is a response to crises, or more specifically, the United States response to the coronavirus pandemic. In 2019 and in early 2020, one of our major political parties flirted with a socialist candidate. Now, Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont describes himself as a democratic socialist. But let's talk about what socialism really is. Socialism is the governmental control over the means of production. Now, if Senator Sanders' policies were enacted, government would then control directly healthcare, energy, education, finance, even manufacturing. If that isn't socialism, I'm not really sure what it is. And I think it's probably time that Senator Sanders dropped that democratic part of his title. Now, in a crisis, especially in one such as is the crisis we are encountering as of today, the coronavirus pandemic, there is that need to feel that somebody's in charge, somebody's in control, that somebody has your back. And thus, a socialist government, one that is in control of all of those means of production, seems attractive. It isn't. It isn't good in a crisis for the following reasons. Number one, what if that centralized entity, in the case of our government, in the case of our president, gets the policy wrong? What if they make the wrong decision? In socialist countries, there isn't an entity to challenge that leader. The second piece is authority. In socialistic nations, when they're seeing a crisis, the people on the ground, the governors, the mayors, the local governments, are not empowered to make decisions. Everybody looks back towards that centralized controller, that centralized bureaucracy to make the decisions. And during that period of time, precious days, weeks, even months can be lost while they're looking for that decision. In the United States, fortunately, we have two key aspects about our society. Number one, authority is diffused. Governors in their states are empowered, especially in healthcare crises, to make decisions. Different governors are going to make different decisions based upon their specific needs and the crisis as they are seeing it. And even at the local level, at the mayoral level, different mayors are going to make different decisions because they see the crisis up front and have a better sense of what is necessary. That is why diffusion of responsibility in a crisis is actually better. We're not saying that centralized coordination is important, but we are saying that authority needs to be as close to the issue as is possible. That's number one. Number two is we are a capitalist nation. So that is very important as well. As a capitalist nation, a lot of companies began ramping up production of masks, of ventilators, of other necessities to fight the coronavirus pandemic even before the government authorized them to do so. They saw the advantages. Other companies are coming up with unique and differentiated ways to try to approach it. And the much maligned, much discussed pharmaceutical industry is coming up with vaccines to try to cure this piece of it. Over 19 different entities, and again, not looking for that centralized control, though they are looking for centralized coordination. They are going their own way in competing with each other. It's a race to find the best vaccine as soon as possible. And within that competition lies the faster cure for this thing. And faster obviously means saving more lives. So for those two fundamental reasons, the diffusion of authority and the fact that we are a capitalist nation, means it is better to be a democracy, better to be capitalist when facing a crisis including the coronavirus pandemic. Thank you.